Last but most certainly not least, Scorpio, you are up for the December money energy reading. Before I go any further, KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. All right, so obviously, this is the money reading. The general readings are already up for all of the signs. The love readings are already up for all of the signs. Also, collective readings are up as well. New moon in Sagittarius and full moon in Gemini are up. Whatever reading you watch or listen to, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it's not your story, don't try to make it fit. I'm just a person sitting here reading energy in the tarot cards. You know your story better than I ever could. Now that I said that, let's get into the reading. May I have the money energy for Scorpio for December? May I have the money energy for Scorpio for December? May I have the money energy for Scorpio for December? Some of you might be manifesting money right now. Hand is at the bottom of the deck. I just happened to notice it. And then a card came out in the pre-shuffle saying that some money was coming to you. What is it that Scorpio needs to hear? What is it that Scorpio needs to hear? What is it that Scorpio needs to hear? Thank you. What'd I tell you? There's my confirmation. Thank you. Yep. December's looking very good for you, Scorpio. Thank you. Yeah, that's going to be a gone thing. Yep, tree is at the bottom. And tree is financial growth coming to fruition and abundance. So this is more of a confirmation. The third card that came out is the moon. This is what I feel is going to be kind of in the past. It says fleeting funds, unknown source, and then being guided. Any type of obstacles that you've been dealing with, you will overcome those obstacles. So keep that in mind. You just have to keep the faith. You have to stay guided. The first card that came out confirms that you will overcome the obstacles, which is the crown for that. So with it, it says overcoming obstacles, power play, wealth, careers, owner, boss, taking charge, making progress. In some case, I feel like you might have been, because what I'm hearing in my head is you dropped your crown. So for some of you, there may have been some type of frustration where you may have wanted to give up on something because it may have been like one thing after another financially where it's like, okay, can I catch a break, please? But of course, you're still staying in the game. You're still doing what you can to be financially stable, to, elevate in everything else. Okay, I'm hearing something. Hold on. But what you're not realizing is you don't have to elevate to anything because you were already there. Whether you see it or not. Like you're already there. It's almost like the chair is reserved for you. You can't lose. Okay, let me break it down like this. You've seen those stories with all the fairy tales and everything else. How the prince or princess ends up leaving the kingdom for whatever reason. Let's just talk about Sleeping Beauty. That's one that everyone knows. When Aurora left the castle, because obviously Maleficent, they were trying to protect her from the whole, pricking her finger on the spinning wheel. She was born a princess. Whether she lived in that castle with the king and queen, or whether she lived with the fairies in the forest, she was still a princess. That's what I'm saying here. It doesn't matter what your bank account says. You're still a king or a queen. And that's why I heard in my head, you dropped your crown. It's almost like for some of you, you've tied your value to what your bank account is or what you have. And what I'm saying is you don't have to tie it to anything because your birthright is guaranteed anyway. So it isn't anything that you have to ascend to. It's just you have to accept who you are. So with this, any obstacles that you have, you will overcome them. The second card that came out is gift. Gift. And that card, this says, giving and receiving, sudden windfall, generosity, career, financial support, work surprise, vacation. So gift. So you have crown, overcoming obstacles, and you have a gift. And something just said to me, you literally have a gift, as in there's something that you have within you that can also make you money. You have a gift at doing something. Something is now saying to me, you are the king in whatever that area is. It doesn't matter if it's making French fries. Nobody can make French fries like you make French fries. It doesn't matter if it's art, where it's painting or drawing. No one can do it like you do it. It doesn't matter if it's singing. No one can do it like you do it. It doesn't matter if it's being a janitor. There's something that is your gift that you're really good at where no one can do it like you do it. Some of you may not be tapping into it, and you may want to take time to sit back and reflect, because if you do tap into it, that is another thing that can bring in money for you. But regardless of what the money is, you still have your crown. So keep that in mind. Let's add some color to this right quick. And don't forget, at the bottom of the deck is tree. So there's some type of growth happening. May I have the money energy for Scorpio for December. May I have the money energy for Scorpio for December. May I have the money energy for Scorpio for December. Can we clarify the cards on the table? Can we clarify the cards on the table? Can we clarify the cards on the table? Thank you. May I have another card, please? Oh, almost came out. Waiting for it too. Thank you. Yeah. And what is this one? Makes sense. And Six of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So any type of discomfort, any type of choppy waters, this is air energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. You're moving away from that. Some of you may feel confused at this time, which is Seven of Cups, water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Because there may be options in front of you and you don't know exactly which direction to go in. But all of that will be made clear in time. Now, you have two knights that came out. You have the Knight of Pentacles, which is the slowest knight in the deck. And then you have the Knight of Swords, which is the fastest knight in the deck. So you have two things here. And I honestly feel that some of you want things to move faster. But one thing about this Knight of Pentacles doesn't show up when you want him to. This Knight of Pentacles gets sidetracked, goes off on other journeys, has dinner with the family and cousins and everything else along the journey. And then finally, the Knight of Pentacles arrives. And when the Knight of Pentacles arrives, it arrives with exactly what you need. You may want him to be more in Knight of Swords energy, like, come on, can you come through, please? Can you hurry up? But there's something that is connected to, I don't want to say divine timing is what it's connected to. Part of me kept on hearing divine intervention, whatever that may be about. But yeah, divine timing. And with this, one of the things it says on this card is wait for perfect timing. A guardian angel or someone who watches over you. For the Knight of Swords, it says decisive, focused, driven, defensive. Events that move with great speed. Choose intellectual responses to challenges rather than emotional. So this is saying keep a cool head. Yeah, you want to move fast, but things have to move at a steady pace. All of this is going to clear. And you will arise victorious. Because again, this is saying that you will overcome obstacles. So yeah, you dropped your crown. And that is the message. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Till next time, Scorpio, be blessed.